Hi everyone, thank you for joining us with us today, and thank you for your patience for waiting for us. We were just waiting for the others to join in as well. Hoping you are having a very good afternoon as well. Today we have a very enthusiastic and a very experienced guest with us at our office, Mr. Tanmay Shankar. Hi Tanmay.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. So with over 15 years of experience in the digital space and having worked with some fast-paced companies like HCL, TOI, Jagran, Amar Ujala and Ministry of Information, Tanmay has gained experience in product management and marketing, digital marketing, social networking and analytics. But what is really interesting is his keen interest in the digital innovation and business intelligence space. So Tanmay, how are you feeling being here today?
Oh, this is a very exciting topic to discuss on because now the entire trend and scenario is being changed, and now I would say it's more of a digital marketing 2.0.
Yeah.
So everybody's excited since it's a very nascent stage. So everybody's looking to do a lot of experiments.
True.
So it's all hidden trials. So who have got the luck will be hitting the bush.
So have you recently felt that the digital space and the digital era, especially in a country like India where it is in the developing phase, it is recently seen some changes, and in the past 2-3 years there have been a lot of shift here and shift there. Would you say that?
Absolutely, because if you look around from last from 5, I would say not 5, I would say 6 years.
Yeah.
So the typical traditional marketing is being changed, and since the market has been moved from physical to digital.
Very true.
So everything, the marketing have moved from physical marketing to digital marketing.
Yeah.
So that's why when you are now on a digital era, digital space, so that's why everybody is looking more keen to know what's going on, how to track maximum audience, because it's all about audiences.
That's
So everybody is looking to cater maximum audience, and that's what we call it digital marketing in terms of 2.0.
So if I can ask you a personal question here, because you work with so many media companies, so have you seen that shift that print media today is like advertisement and marketing in print media, has it gone down? And because these big houses like TOI and all of them have their own e-media and e-magazines today.
Correct.
So you feel that it is because of the demand of the customers itself, or the medias have been shifting, or there's this trend shift? Like you must have had a personal experience on it, right?
So see, I would say it's not absolute. I would say it's a demand, especially. So print media has its own space so far. Everybody, so person, I would say, age of my father's age or maybe 40s, he still wants to start his day to open a newspaper.
So print is not going.
Yeah. So he always want to start a day with a cup of coffee or a tea with a newspaper. But definitely the youth is more enthusiastic on the quick and on a quick shot news, and that's why the digital have played a big role. So everybody, so now because earlier it was like we have to wait for a news for 24 hours. After print, we have the electronic media. So then we have a ease that the news is coming in next 2 hours, 1 hour, or 3 hours, so whoever covers in terms of the news. But now the digital media, the news is coming in seconds. So you have the pan India across,
everything
different.
is very
Yes. So it's my. So I'm sitting here.
real time, yeah.
My editor is sitting in Delhi. Let's say he's filing a story. So my stinger is sitting in Kerala. He simply record a byte directly, or he record instance from the mobile, sent to WhatsApp, and it's on the live website. So everybody is eager to know, and that's what digital world is.
Yeah,
So print, I would say still the space is there. Digital have their, yes, but digital have evolved actually.
Yeah,
So from those 5-6 years, digital have evolved a lot, and now everybody is looking to gain maximum customers and to satisfy the customers.
Yeah.
It is not about just having the customers, but to have the customers and then satisfy the customers.
Yeah. So brands are now more about, let's say, being about customer experience, right? The experience that they give out to their customers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, because I would say the audience is very smart, and especially since now India is the youth-driven country.
Yeah.
So the youth is very smart, and they don't want to spend much time on that. So if you serve them what they want, they'll be staying on the website. Otherwise, they'll move out.
Yeah. So the same shift that you're saying is all around the digital space today, and our country itself is facing it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, our country is facing, I would say, it's in top 10 countries if you talk about the across world. So the phases we have seen now, the changes, it's in the top 10.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah. So, Tanmay, tell me, why do you think there's this craze and buzz in the marketing industry now for marketing automation? Like there's this huge trend that is going on. There's this buzz around the industry for automation. Why do you feel it is that?
See, as I said, it's
why now? Like why is it gaining traction now?
See, because as I said, first of all, now it's more about digital.
Yeah.
So it's all digital, and every person who's in this digital space,
yeah.
he wants the customer on his website or whatever he has the product. And once you have the customer, it's not about the customers bringing the customer; it's about engaging the customers.
Yeah.
And if you want to engage the customers, you need to understand what they like.
Yeah.
So understanding the requirement of customers, that's what it is. Why everybody is talking about this automation. Because you if you don't know your customers, you cannot serve them.
Yeah.
So it's very easy. So it's very easy.
And also customers have a lot of choice these days, right? Are
Absolutely.
there? So like the same product is being probably whatever a customer needs, it's available to him in
Absolutely, and that's
absolutely,
and that's why now the companies are growing, especially in the niche area. So earlier we were having a news website which is catering all categories. Now we have websites which are especially working for political news, or we have websites working especially for business news, and we have websites who are especially working for the women's or a health. So now that's why you cannot, everybody cannot become a big bazaar. So that's the reason. So everyone wants to cater whatever his scope is.
Their niche, their target audience.
Yes.
So what do you mean by marketing automation? Like what per se is marketing automation for you or to you?
See, marketing automation is not like just sending an email or just sending a message to a customer. It is about understanding the customer journey.
Yeah.
When an audience or a customer comes to your domain, maybe it's a website or whatever it is, you need to know what he requires.
Yeah.
So that is what we call it. That's why I call it. It's more of automation. It's more of a personalization. Yeah. So because if you don't know what your customer is looking for and you're serving something else, then definitely he'll not come back again.
Yeah.
And that's why once you're losing the customer, you're losing the market.
So that's practically mapping a customer lifecycle journey to each of the customers.
Yes. So when you say when your customers, I would say the customer lifecycle.
Yeah.
So customers' behavior, customers' engagement, customer satisfaction, customers' requirement. So whatever he wants, you're serving them. So this is complete life cycle is more for the automation, and then automation that's why we're saying, because earlier it was more of manual efforts. So there were multiple applications or multiple ways to cater different segments. Now we are automating everything. We don't need to intervene manually. You just put the automation tools playing their role, and that's why you will get the data.
Yeah.
So that's why in automation the analytics is the major and the crucial part of this. Because if you don't know your audience, you cannot serve them.
Yeah.
So that's why analytics is a crucial part in this entire automation.
Yeah. So basically you're saying data and analytics play a very important
Absolutely. So let's say
only then will you be able to probably
correct.
Serve your customer better.
See,
right?
like your company is in different services, so you also do email marketing.
Yeah, we do.
So if a client says we do email marketing, and let's say there's a data of 1 lakh people, okay, you're sending a lakh of emails.
Yeah.
So but you don't know what's the open rate.
Yeah.
What's a click rate.
Yeah.
So it's like just
until you don't get the data and analyze.
So now if you come to me, if I'm a client and you say we'll be just sending 10 emails and they are 100% dot shots.
Yeah.
So if I send 10 emails and so you'll be charged only for 10 emails and you'll get 10 customers.
Yeah.
So I'll be very excited.
Higher efficiency.
Absolutely.
You mean, yeah.
So if you say I'll charge you for lakh mails and the probability is maybe 1%, 2%, vis-a-vis if you say I'll charge you for 10 emails and you'll be 100% short to that. So that's the difference is. It's a win-win situation for a customer, for a marketer, and a company.
Right. That's right. So since you've been talking about it so much, I would like to really get deep into it. So how important do you feel is data and workflows in this scenario of automation altogether?
So I would.
What part should they play?
Absolutely. So to understand this, I would say let's take a direct live example that will be easy to understand, because when you say about this entire marketing journey, so it requires good offline and online scope. So when you if we take a live example, let's say if I have website, since I have a lot of experience of media company, so I'll take a live example of media company.
Please do.
So if I have a website and I serve content, and I start bringing audiences. So first, bringing the audiences. So there are multiple tools like Google. You have search engines, but so you bring the audience there. And then if I bring the audience, so this is one part, you bring the audience. So this is again a part of automation, like you have different search tools where you do a lot of indexing, you do a lot of the indexing, you do rate maps, everything. So that's what you do SEM, SEO, so then you bring the audience. So there's a part of one part. Now once you bring the customer on your website, now what you're serving them.
Yeah. So you've got the traffic on the
Right.
site and now the
So now the
person.
person on your website and what you're serving on. So for example, if you say I'll serve 10 news, one is politics, one is or sports, one is automobile, one is business.
Sure.
But and then you don't know what he's actually. So now the point is you understand the demographics. So if I tell you this person is of 25 age group, he's a male, he's more of a sports enthusiastic,
True.
and he like to read more of a sports news, especially the cricket news. So that will be the right hit.
Yeah. It'll be of more interest to
Correct.
him. Yeah.
So now understanding this entire demographics is another part of automation, which we do via different tools. In fact, Google Analytics also is one of the premium, I would say, the old tool. Now it's being so the Google Analytics have different two versions. One is a free version and the premium version. So if you go in the premium version, they via cookies and they cache, they keep store the data of the guy. I mean, also not entire data, but definitely they keep track what is his interest, what is his age group, what he likes. So now, if you are understanding on a website that I have 100 out of 100, I have around 80 audiences. They are more of a sports enthusiastic. You start changing your content production. So initially you were producing content of politics, sports, automobile, women, and business. Now your mindset change and you start producing the content maximum of sports category.
So optimizing your efforts and increasing your returns.
Yes, so this helps you optimize your efforts and serving the best to the customer.
Absolutely.
And now once the customer is there, you start also. So once he start understanding you're serving what he likes, ultimately the result is he'll be spending more time on your website.
Absolutely.
So once he starts spending more time on your website, you'll start giving more exposure to your marketing. Different sort of ads or different and once you're giving more scope to exposure to the ads, you'll be earning the money, and customer is also earning in terms of what he's liking. And then he goes back out of this domain, and then you still know where he have come in, from which gate he have come on the website, and where he is exit. So now you understand the entire life cycle and the journey on the website.
So that's a closed loop of
yes, and then you close it.
Yeah.
So this is entire store automation where you will understand your customer's need.
Yeah.
And now, so it's a win-win because customer is satisfied, he comes to your website, what he likes, you serve them, and user goes out.
Yeah, true.
So this is to maintain this entire story and journey, we call it automation, marketing automation. And in these chunks, we make different sets, different tools, we use different sources, and then we make this entire automation.
Right. So basically, it's like so these different silos that are there for data and customer experiences and analytics and all that. So basically, getting all of them together in one and using it as one unit.
Absolutely.
That is what will give you
this in this entire life cycle. So we understand. So because everybody talk about the customers only, because customer. Obviously, as a product, we also understand the customer's requirement is the first time. Still, if I have a website of LTL, this is more of a news website. So now, so they have two aspects. One is the customer satisfied. Now we also have marketers. Different brands. They pitch their promotions campaigns on the website. So now you also can pitch to a company. Let's say now on my website, now I'm very much clear that I have maximum audience of sports. They are more of age group of 20 to 30, and they are more of a male. So now I can easily pitch to a company, maybe a sports gear company, that I have this much of audiences. Instead of giving him saying I have
that to niche audience.
Yes, so instead of saying I have millions of audience, but I don't know what they like. And if I say I have millions of audience, I have very specific a short number, but they are 100% sports enthusiastic, and they come and they do this So now the company is also much happy to invest in your company vis-a-vis in a company where they don't know where the audience are about.
Absolutely right. Absolutely.
So this is how it's a win-win for everybody.
Sure.
So the way the money is spending on the right audience, and that's why it's all about ROI. So now there's a market, the company is getting his ROI, customers is getting what he's liking in, and you as a platform is maintaining and catering both the customers.
So overall, what I get is it's lesser efforts and higher returns.
Absolutely.
Basically overall.
Absolutely.
All right. And since you've given us so much insight and details about what basically automation does or is, do you really think there's this need for marketing automation today, in especially in our country or in our industry, in our marketing industry? Would you say that there is this need?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because since as I told you, since now India has become one of the digital pioneers, especially, and if you talk about any look about the data, so the maximum usage of mobile phones is day by day increasing, and probably by 2020 we will be the second highest company using the mobile phones. So that's why everything is on digital. So that's why we as an Indians definitely. I mean,
our internet
yes. So and that's why we want much ahead and faster than any other country. So it's very important because it will be satisfying both. I would say every data set. So it's important for us to be on this ahead.
So you're saying we should be already ready for
absolutely. But since it's, in terms of technology, and since as I said, it's more of a nascent stage. Everybody is hitting and trying. We are doing a lot of experiments. There are multiple tools we're working on, and there are a lot of startups are working on, especially in Israel. Israel is, I think, is doing a lot because they have multiple of companies, startups who are doing high on this data analytics, and they have some kudos softwares to build in where they can study and read the entire customer journey. So that's why everybody is sitting and trying, and I would say within coming next 2 or 3 years, it will be a big change.
In the coming 2-3 years.
Yes.
So where do you see us going in the next 2-3 years?
See, when I say in coming 2-3 years, it will be big change in terms of tools. So you will have more refined tools. You will have more value-added tools, and you will have more customer-oriented tools.
So you feel marketers who are into this space are ready for such technological transformation? How would you feel they would react to such technology being like marketing traditionally has not been so high end on technology, right? We've had too many manual tasks that have been done, and now suddenly with this inclusion of so many tools around, how would you feel that the market?
For the traditional company, it's difficult to change technology. So, but again, for the startups and in our country, now we have maximum chunk of startups, and they are ready to accept the change. And in fact, the startups actually they're working in the direction. And if you look around, and if you see any startup which is working, which have started in like last 2 or 1 years, or the coming startup, they have all have focused first on customer journey.
Sure.
So they have started their the product life cycle only first to understand their customers.
Right.
Initially we just start a product, but now people are doing a lot of surveys, doing a lot of research to understand what they're looking on, what they're liking on, and that's why. So I would say for the traditional company, they have to.
Actually, I was reading this report, and it said that over 78% of the marketers already are investing into marketing automation software.
Absolutely. So the media has already done. So media is investing a lot.
All media
yes, maximum media companies have almost started investing in those automation tools because they understand the ease of this customer, and they know what is the value of this customer is.
So would you say it is more restricted to the companies that are B2C or B2B and more e-driven like e-commerce, e-medias, e-magazines? Is it more for them, or you would say it is for all, for B2B, B2C, anyhow and anywhere?
It's for all. I mean, in fact, this can be used for the offline also. So because anyhow, when you start for a offline activity or any event campaign or anything else, still you collect the leads. You talk about customers. You talk about so exactly. So anyhow, it will be beneficial for any sort of company, be it offline or it's online.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Can we go to the live Q&A if that's fine? If that's fine with you, I think our audience would like to ask you some questions if that's okay.
Yeah.
Let's just see if people are here. We are taking Tanmay will be taking live questions now. So we have a question from one of our audience, which is a good question. It's asking how mobile has played an influence in all of this. Tanmay, about 500 million people in India are already smartphone users, as per a recent report. Do you think that this has brought about this change, the more adaptation of mobile and all of this? Do you think that is a part that has played a part? Or is it more because of mobile, there's more social media involved and things like that? Is that the transformation, or is it just the technology evolving?
See, absolutely, transformation has multiple reasons. Mobile is also is I would say one of the key and the prime reason, because earlier people were working or using on the internet via laptop or desktop.
Yeah.
So now once you have the mobile, and especially the smartphones you have in this world, everybody is mobile ready.
Yeah.
So everybody, so because of this mobile, the audience have multiple X in terms of X.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a very key reason, especially in this automation, because now
so it's like a cutthroat competition with so many apps around, with so many people already coming up with their.
Yeah. So now we have multiple competition in multiple space, like you have.
And internet being a platform, free platform.
So website versus website, desktop app versus app, and so there are multiple challenges and multiple competition is in that, and that's why everybody is looking to understand their customer journey. They don't want to do any risk for the customer, so they want they want to understand every single customer's journey, what they're doing and what they do and what they want. And that's why mobile play a special role, especially because mobile, when you talk about mobile apps especially and mobile websites, now they have the facility, everybody knows, especially in terms of technology, you can track each and every activity of a person via mobile app. So, and maximum apps they do. If you see when you install any app, they always say allow the phone book contacts, allow calling, allow messaging. So this is how they get your consent and they start using.
So that's how they're building a customer profile for each of the
correct. So they know. So now via these tools, any product can understand which mobile he's using, what he is doing, which apps he is using, what he do with these apps, so XYZ, everything he understands, and that's the reason mobile plays a crucial role.
Right.
And that's the reason this automation, especially for this automation, this marketing, absolutely mobile, and that's why the biggest challenge, which especially in the media industry we face, that the maximum marketing spend was on the websites, but the audience was on the mobile. So it was the biggest challenge for all of us, that because when you talk about the numbers, I would every company, every media company or every product company, they say I have the maximum 90% traffic is on mobile, and when you go to marketer or the company who spends money, they say I want to spend money on the desktop. Now the challenge was the product level, how you map those things, because your customer, your audiences are mobile and the money is on desktop. So that's why that's why this automation tool plays a very vital role, because now you don't want to leave a single dot to understanding your customer on desktop.
True.
Especially the website, because they want to know what he's doing, and that's what they want to pitch in. Right. Because when the company is investing money on the desktop website, so everybody wants to, and they don't want to leave any customers, and that's why it is how it works. And now since
and I guess that is why such CDP platforms are coming up, right? Wherein you can sync these offline and online data sources.
Yes.
This confusion of entire website, app, the traffic being diverted here to there, customers being repeated, not repeated. So if you have a central platform wherein you can have all your data integrated into it, you have better analytics.
Correct. That's what I said. I told in the starting of this webinar, analytics plays a very crucial role. Now people are talking about big data. So now you can understand your mobile customer is on your product. He's coming via mobile, via app, via website, or whatever he's doing, and which is what he uses and what he's doing. So that's why you need to understand your audience, and that's why it is very crucial part in terms of mobile. So mobile is actually is very crucial. Yes.
And going forth also will be probably an important tool, I would say, of communication.
Because now I understand mobile is not just a need, it's a necessity.
Yeah.
Every person carries a mobile and he keeps, it's whatever the pricing on, but he keeps the mobile with him. Yeah. So when a person is keeping mobile 24 hours around him, so that's why, and the marketer always wants to know what he's doing. And once you know what he does from from he wake up in the morning until he goes to bed to sleep. You understand what he's doing. That's why he can pitch in. So now there are a lot of apps who are coming exactly based on these automation tools, or especially there are apps coming who are on hyperlocal. So now you can study when what exactly as a customer I'm looking on. So for example, there's a company, they're working on this app which says once you enter in a mall, this app will tell you that what are the deals going on in mall. So in mall there are hundreds of shops of different brands. So they tell you which deal, and for the shop owner, this app can tell to the owner that in this mall are there 100 people who are very much enthusiastic and very much buying the product of your brand. So now they can come down together. These apps, these hyperlocals, and make them meet together.
So everything is becoming more real time, right?
Yeah,
the
because
customers wanted real time.
So if, for example, if I wear X brand clothes, so if I go to the mall and I'll roam around and then ultimately I'll buy X brand only. So better I should know once I'll enter in the premise of mall, I got the update that this is your premium brand which you always wear, and this is a offer they are going, and I'll go directly to that the mall or the shop and I'll buy it and I'll come back. I'll save my time. And the vis-a-vis, that owner also will get the customer directly. So this is how it goes on. In fact, there's another company, they're working on again hyperlocal on this marketing automation, where they say, so let's say they are they're working on short small shop owners. So let's say if I am a small shopkeeper near my society or sector, so we normally people daily take breads, milk and XYZ. So now they can, via this app, they can easily broadcast them and they can tell them, okay, let's say if I am a shop owner and I normally purchase 100 kgs of dahi packets daily, and by any chance today I'm not able to sell my 100 kgs of packets of. So now, and these packets have there's expiry.
Short expiry.
Yeah. You have consumed in 2 or 3 days. So now what will do? It'll be lost for me. It'll be lost for me because my 100 kg of dahi packet will be expired. So nobody buy. So now I can easily, via this app, broadcast to my nearby local societies that I can giving an offer, one box free on one box.
Right.
So now, since I know that I'm losing my 100 kg, now at least I'll get 50 kg of money, and the person who are around my shop, they'll get an update. Oh, there's an offer is going on. They'll go and buy. So this is all about marketing automation. So now people can connect directly with their audiences and they can pitch them right product what they like on.
Right. So thank you, Tanmay, for being here. I think we've had this lovely session wherein you've given us really good insights, some really good insights into how customer journey works and how marketer works and how automation plays a part in all of this, in probably gluing the two together, if I would say. Right. I hope you had a good time as we did.
Yeah. It was a nice discussion, and always excited for these discussions because we're current, as you said, the current trends going on. So everyone wants to know what's going next, especially in the digital world.
That's true. Thank you for giving us your insightful views on it. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.